My name is Susan Boyle.
Okay, Susan, where are you from?
I am from Blackburn near Bathgate, West Lothian.
It's a big town.
It's a sort of collection of villages.
At first glance, Susan Boyle seemed like just another shy woman from a quiet Scottish town. But behind her soft-spoken voice and humble background was a storm of heartbreak, resilience, and pure, unshakable talent. Born on April 1, 1961, in West Lothian, Scotland, Susan was the ninth and youngest child in a struggling working-class family. Her birth was difficult. Her mother, already 47, risked her life to bring her into the world, and Susan was quickly labeled as brain damaged due to complications during delivery. That label would follow her for decades. Her early life was harsh, marked by bullying at school, emotional and physical abuse at home, and the constant belief she wasn't good enough. Her father, a war veteran, returned home a broken man, and his pain often poured out in anger. Still, Susan found her peace in music, singing in church choirs and dreaming of stages far bigger than her small town allowed. For nearly 50 years, Susan carried a burden she didn't deserve, one rooted in a misdiagnosis. It wasn't until she was 51 that she learned she had Asperger's syndrome, not brain damage, and her IQ was above average. It was a revelation that changed her self-image forever. Her story took a major turn in 2009 when she stepped onto the stage of Britain's Got Talent. Wearing a simple gold dress and with messy hair, Susan was instantly judged by both the audience and the judges, until she opened her mouth and sang "I Dreamed a Dream." In that moment, the world stood still. Her performance stunned Simon Cowell and brought the entire auditorium to its feet. Overnight, Susan became a global sensation. That single audition video went viral, reaching more than 100 million views in just days, and ultimately exceeding 220 million views. She was celebrated by celebrities, interviewed across dozens of countries, and embraced as an unlikely superstar. But fame brought its own battles. She suffered a breakdown after the show's final, overwhelmed by pressure and relentless media intrusion. Rumors swirled, tabloids attacked her mental health, and her personal life was picked apart. Yet, even through all of this, Susan remained grounded. She lived in her modest family home, shopped for her own groceries, and allowed herself only a modest weekly budget despite earning millions. Her debut album shattered records, selling over 10 million copies worldwide, outselling even artists like Rihanna and Eminem that year. But the darkest chapters of Susan's story weren't just public, they were personal. Her own family was torn apart by the sudden windfall of her success. She gave nearly $1.8 million to relatives, but instead of gratitude, it brought division and heartbreak. Accusations flew, relationships collapsed, and Susan found herself caught between the love she had for her family and the toxicity fame had unleashed among them. Despite the turmoil, Susan stayed kind, often blaming herself for the dysfunction. And even then, her challenges weren't over. She was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes in 2012 and suffered a stroke in 2022 that nearly stole her ability to speak and sing. But in true Susan Boyle fashion, she fought back with everything she had. Through years of therapy and relentless training, she slowly rebuilt her voice, muscle strength, and confidence. And then in 2023, she did something no one expected. She returned to the very stage where it all began. On Britain's Got Talent, Susan sang "I Dreamed a Dream" once again. It was a powerful full-circle moment. Her performance brought the crowd to tears. Simon Cowell called it the most moving performance he'd ever seen. Susan wasn't just back, she was stronger, more inspiring, and more determined than ever. On her 64th birthday, she returned to social media and told the world, "I'm back, definitely back. New music, new dreams, new beginnings." With a documentary, a charity single, and live shows on the way, Susan Boyle continues to prove that hope, courage, and raw talent never go out of style. Her story is more than a rags to riches tale. It's a reminder that even in the darkest moments, dreams can rise again. This is Hollywood Star News, where we bring you the most inspiring stories from the world of fame and beyond. If you were touched by Susan Boyle's journey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more incredible stories coming your way.